What's up, you guys? It's Professor Pragmatic. I'm here with another video. We're going to talk today about identifying your relationship needs. And so, a lot of people don't, they get into relationships and stuff, but they don't know what they really need. They don't know what they really want. They just going with the flow and stuff like that. So, it sometimes it's good to self-reflect after you sit back and just think about what do you need in a relationship. So you can start looking for that instead of just ending up wherever. All right, so I have some interactive polls I want to run with you guys. You know what I'm saying, that you can leave in the comment section or whatever. But for number one, it's going to be, what is your top priority in a relationship? And here are the four options: trust, communication, respect, and emotional support. So, trust, communication, respect, or emotional support. So, just go ahead and leave that answer in the bottom. Just put one and the answer. Number two is well, actually, let's talk a little bit about number one. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your top priority in a relationship? If it's trust, then you're big on connecting with somebody that you can feel safe around and secure around, with your intellect, with your information, with your body, with your word. You know what I'm saying? And so, you're big on those type of ideals, and that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a good thing to have. Trust as your main priority. Now, the next one is communication. Now, if you're big on communication, you most likely like open or effective nonverbal communication. You know what I'm saying? And so, the reason why I say that is because people that speak to each other a lot, or communicate to each other a lot, tend to know a lot more about each other. You know what I'm saying? And tend to know a lot more about what's going on in the relationship, which is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? As far as like having your eyes on the playing field and knowing what is really there. The problem with that is lying and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Those people can't deal with liars. You know what I'm saying? Because their big thing is communication. So if you're always lying, it kind of throws them off and stuff like that. And so then the next one is respect. And respect is like a heart of a healthy relationship. And so people that thrive off respect as their top priority, they tend to demand a different set of energy. You know what I'm saying, with regards to their respect. You know what I'm saying, like, whatever boundaries they have, or their being themselves, their image and stuff like that. They tend to gravitate towards people that either put them in high regard or put them in their place. You know what I'm saying? And so the problem with that is people that false humble, or you know what I'm saying, like to talk a little negative about them. You know what I'm saying? In the light, like speaking out their name and shit like that. You know what I mean? And so I feel like with respect, like I said, it's the heart of a healthy relationship. When you respect your partner, it makes them feel better about doing things with you and without you, and it holds a different type of bond. You know what I'm saying? The bond is considered really strong. You know what I'm saying? When each partner respects each other. And so the next one is emotional support, which is like, of course it's in the saying, but supporting your emotional goals, or your emotional tendencies can be a big, need for certain people. And so, um, emotional support would be like, dealing with emotions after work or during a loss or during hard times in life or, during issues or even in high emotions when they're in love and they feel or infatuated and they feel like, they want to express their emotions, that you're completely supportive of those emotions. And people that like that type of stuff usually when they find the right partner or whatever that's also emotionally supportive, they normally shine, you know what I'm saying? Because their emotions are actually very they're very strong, you know what I'm saying? Like they're very valid. And so when you support those emotions, they become stronger in that suit. You know what I'm saying? And so um, I feel like uh, if you chose trust, communication, respect, or emotional support, each one is valid. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let you know that. Okay, so the next one is, how do you prefer to show and receive love? The answers are that you can choose are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. These are the love languages. And so, whichever one you choose is gonna, define how you prefer to show and receive love. You know what I'm saying? And so, if it's words of affirmation, you like when people talk to you good. You know what I'm saying? You like when people speak highly of you or talk in a format that uplifts you or it inspires you or makes you feel better about who you are. If you chose acts of service, you like when people do nice things for you. You know what I'm saying? Like mow the lawn or um, do things like change the roof or like just help you with your bags from the grocery store into the car. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. You like acts of service. You like when people serve you. Now, for receiving gifts, you like when people buy you gifts like jewelry, clothes, cars. You know what I'm saying? Little gadgets, electronics, and stuff like that. With quality time, though, you like when you can spend time together. It's not all the time. It's not quantity time, but it's quality time. So when you spend the time together, it really matters. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the difference between quality and quantity. Is that quality is more about the most, I should say, the best that you can get out of the time. You know what I'm saying? And so this would be meaningful conversations, emotional, showdowns and stuff like that. That not like battles, but like where you're able to get through something in a qualitative state with your emotions. And so this also includes stuff like going to a movie or something like that and watching a movie with other people, like just being next to their partner and spending quality time together where they can remember these moments later on. You know what I'm saying? They choose quality time. The next one is physical touch. Now, physical touch is, holding hands, arm around the shoulder, you know what I'm saying, caressing, kissing, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. Some men like physical touch, some women like physical touch, you know what I'm saying? And so if that's your preferred, then you can go there too. You know what I'm saying? And so just go ahead and write two, and whichever one you chose, which is words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, or physical touch. The next one is on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with your current relationship? It's communication. And so, just this is just a 1 to 10 scale. And so, you just choose 1 through 10 for how you feel about that one. Just number 3 and 1 through 10. And then let's talk about it for a little bit. So, in relationships, sometimes communication is very prevalent, and they talk about or communicate to each other a lot of things, and they can they build a understanding of each other by those means. But then there's also some relationships that lack communication, where you sitting in the back, you know what I'm saying, you in a different room all the time, like you're always doing something different, you know what I'm saying, like there's no communicative backbone in your relationship, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of wobbly. You guys talk sometimes, not all the time, you text when you can or whatever, and it's not really when you can, it's just an excuse you use so that you could carry on with your day. And so lack of communication is a big issue and stuff like that. So are you satisfied with your current relationship's communication? Are you getting the communication you need? Are you receiving the communication you need? Are you giving it? And then also, are you satisfied with it? You know what I'm saying? And so you might need food, but it might be bad food, so you don't want to eat it. You know what I'm saying? You might need food and it'd be good food, and you want to eat it all the time. You see what I'm saying? So just think about it like that. All right. So next is number 4. What do you find most challenging in relationships? Now, this is a big one because a lot of people don't really acknowledge what they find challenging in relationships that they could work on so that it's not so challenging later on. You know what I'm saying? It could actually be a strong suit from working on it so much. And so the thing about it is, what do you find most challenging out of these options? Conflicts and arguments, lack of intimacy, different values and goals, or time management. And so conflicts and arguments, some people aren't good at conflict, you know what I'm saying? They like to avoid conflict and arguments altogether. But some of that stuff builds a stronger relationship when you can get in a conflict, when your views are conflicting, and you can settle that, you know what I'm saying, where you guys can compromise for each other, meet in the middle, or do something that's worthy of helping the other partner feel better about not being in the conflict and whatnot. And so the next one is lack of intimacy. So if you find it most challenging to not have any intimacy in relationship, no sex, no foreplay or anything like that, lack of make out sessions or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that you do, you can work on that, you know what I mean, like find somebody that is interested in you in that way, you know what I'm saying, and if not, then there's also practicing being okay with that, you know what I'm saying, and so if you find it most challenging to have a lack of intimacy, then work on it, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, and so the ways that you can work on it is by finding different ways to be more romantic, finding different ways to spark, fire in your relationship and kindle your relationship, find different ways to, and this includes like, new dating areas, not just restaurants and movies, but, outings, you know what I'm saying? And maybe romantic retreats and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's, things of that nature. And so, just to try to rekindle the lack of intimacy in your relationship. And if not, then it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to be less intimate. But if your woman is giving up the box to somebody else, you know what I'm saying, then you know what I mean? That lack of intimacy, you probably need to take it somewhere else. And you probably, be more intimate with the next person because they're not cheating on you and looking for love elsewhere. And so the next one is different values and goals. You know what I'm saying? If you guys have, if you find it most challenging to have different values and goals, just work on your independence and trying to be cohesive with each other as far as your values and goals. Like, opposites don't really attract, but you can find a way to work with it. Let's say that you guys do have different goals and values. You want to meet in the middle and find new shared values that you guys can, meet in the middle on. You know what I'm saying? And new goals that you guys can both, handle together. You know what I'm saying? It's like just because you go to the same school doesn't mean you go to the same class. You know what I'm saying? And so find a class that you guys can meet on, you know what I'm saying, where you guys can work on that together. And so a couple goals that I would think about would be like, accomplishing, a side hustle or something like that, or starting one, or, you know what I'm saying, better defining the roles in the relationship, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Those are good goals to try to meet in the middle on, you know what I'm saying, like, and then finding values that you know what I mean, also can meet in the middle on would be good too. You don't have to have exactly the same values or exactly the same goals, you know what I'm saying, in order to get along or whatnot. And so the next one is time management. You know what I'm saying? So with time management, you might have a really hard working job that you go to or whatever. And with that job, you might not have time to do other things. And you try to fit your woman or your man in that relationship, in your relationship that you're in the time frames that you do have, and you find it hard to manage your time. And so what you want to do is just, you know what I mean, you gotta find better ways to, like a little to-do list, you know what I'm saying, and give them more and more time as they earn it. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, if you find it difficult to manage your time, you might just have too much on your list for things that you need to, do and stuff like that. Sometimes I tell people when they have too much on their list and they tell me that they're really busy and they don't know what to do with their life because it's just so damn busy and stuff like that. I tell them, take away all that stuff that you're busy with and take it all away and then start over and say, what do I need in my time? You know what I'm saying? And so the reason why that you would do that is so that you can see what matters. You might be cluttered with a lot of different things like volunteer work and side work and private practice and, you know what I'm saying, main job and and school and all this other stuff that, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you need to dial it back. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's other stuff too. But I'm saying, and dial it back. And and just start over. You know what I'm saying? Build up a little bit at a time, so that you can find time again. You know what I'm saying? For yourself, you're gonna need it more for yourself. But if you have a partner, then it's definitely needed for your partner too. You can't just leave, you know, your partner to be loyal to you when you're not even giving them any time that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're a good partner. And so that's number 4. And the answer to conflicts and arguments, lack of intimacy, different values and goals, and time management. That's what do you find most challenging in relationships? Now here's some questions to reflect on. What are 3 non-negotiable needs that you have in a relationship? You know what I'm saying? What is non-negotiable? You know what I'm saying? What will you not? You can't you can't hear nothing else about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be this or no go. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's loyalty, it's honesty, and it's quality time. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Those are my non-negotiables. The reason why is because, you know, I need somebody that's not gonna, you know, up and leave to the next person that's you know what I mean, talking to them. And for honesty, you know, I need you to tell me the truth when it's needed, because I'm a, you know, big communication type person. And you know what I mean, the quality time is because I don't want to spend my time with somebody in which I'm not getting quality time. You know what I'm saying? And so that wouldn't make no sense to me. And so that's my 3 non-negotiables. But what are yours? You know what I'm saying? And so another question to reflect on is, how do you feel when your needs are not met? You know what I'm saying? For me, I feel like tired. You know what I'm saying? I feel you know, empty. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I feel numb. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm killing that part of me. Like I feel like your whole life is like a stomach. You know what I'm saying? You have to constantly feed those things in your life that you bring in, or else they die. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel though. Now, how do you feel? Like, what do you feel like when your needs are not met? And the next one is, in what ways do you express your needs to your partner? Do you feel comfortable doing so? And so, you know, how do you express your needs to your partner? Is it something that's important to you? Do you communicate it verbally, non-verbally? Do you communicate it in like a specific fashion? You know what I'm saying? Do you do it angrily? Do you do it happy? You know what I'm saying? Do you do it in a sad space? You know what I'm saying? How do you express your needs to your partner? And then if you don't feel, or if you do feel comfortable doing so, why? Yeah, it's just like, if you, sometimes you got to get over yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you got to tell yourself, like, you know what, I just need to break it to my partner. They're my partner. I need to tell them my needs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why you're holding back. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to me that you would hold back. You know what I mean? That you would feel like your partner doesn't deserve to know what your needs are when they're your needs. You know what I'm saying? And so express that to them as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? They need that as much as you need that. And so the next thing is, what role does compromise play in your relationships? Can you think of a time when compromise helped or hindered your connection? And so, you know, compromise is big in relationships, especially during conflict and arguments and stuff like that, or when situations come up that need compromise, where one party may not want to do certain thing, but they compromise because it's their partner. You know what I'm saying? And so compromise is big. And so what role does it play in your relationship? And can you think of a time when it helped or hindered your connection? I know that compromising in my relationships have helped me a lot. You know what I'm saying? It helps me, my partner, understand that I understand them. You know what I'm saying? Understand that I know what they're talking about, and that I care about their feelings too, and what they what they need from the relationship. Now we're just gonna close it with this. What is one key takeaway you took away from learning about your relationship needs? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you take away? Did you gain anything? A new perspective or a new perception on this life? Did you on what you need? You know what I'm saying? Like from this life, from your partner, from love. You know what I'm saying? Did you really take away the fact that you have needs and that they need to be met? You know what I'm saying? It's not just about going with the flow and stuff like that. You don't just go to the grocery store and pick out random ass shit from the grocery store. You go normally with a grocery list and pick from there, right? You know what I'm saying? And so with that grocery list is your needs, you know what I'm saying? But don't make it a long grocery list list, you know what I'm saying? But you have your needs, and you go in there into a relationship and you try to get your grocery list, right? You know what I'm saying? And if you can't get it, then there's no need. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be materialistic bullshit, but it should be a list of needs of things that you actually need. You know what I'm saying? Like communication, respect, loyalty, quality time, honesty, stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need all that stuff. And so if you just went into a grocery store and just picked out whatever, you might not come home with what you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just went with the flow or whatever. You just throwing random shit in there. What you gonna make? You know what I'm saying? You don't even have, you just pick random shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different like that. You know what I'm saying? I want you to know. And so, I hope this helped you guys in understanding your relationship needs. I come on here and I help people, develop their relationships, develop their perspectives on relationships, and try to get themselves to be a better partner for their suitor. You know what I'm saying? And so, I take my time. I express all this stuff. I hope you understood that that you're a person with needs and wants, and that they need to be met. You know what I'm saying? As far as achieving them, you know what I'm saying? And so, if you like this video, you know what I'm saying, go to my other videos. I have other videos on there about other things, like the 6 healthy signs, the 6 signs you're in a healthy relationship, or the 6 signs you're in a toxic relationship, and other videos as well. Go ahead and check those out and tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, do all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, Professor Pragmatic out.